Hey, welcome to my day 3 of my 30-day challenge. So this is Evelyn Johansen coming live from Draper, Utah, and I am a life coach and also an author. And I'm on this 30-day challenge, as you know, so this is day 3. So I wanted to welcome you. Yesterday we talked a little bit about the differences between the world of fear and the universe of love. And I wanted actually just to go a little bit deeper into that today because it's really important to understand how they are completely different and how your life can really, really become so much better if you live in one versus the other. So I'm going to go over what your resources are in the world of fear, and then also listen and have us look at what the resources are in the world of love. So let's start out with the resources in the world of fear. So the ruling force is, of course, fear. You guessed it. So fear is a debilitating energy, and it's a debilitating belief that you take upon yourself, and it leeches and zaps your energy from life in just so many ways. So what fear can do is it can take good things and make them seem bad, and it can take bad things and make them seem good. And what it also does is it keeps you in the past, and it makes you fear your present and your future. So it can take experiences from your past and say, well, when I did that before, I got hurt, so I don't want to do that now, and I don't want to do it in the future. So it creates a lot of anxiety with you. So this energy is avoidant and defensive. And it keeps you from seeing what actually is, because you're so preoccupied with what happened before that you're bringing it to the now and the future. So you're actually not living in the moment. So it's kind of a bottomless black hole, and it will keep you from love and abundance. The atmosphere in the world of fear consists of lack and scarcity. So in this way of thinking, when you're thinking through fear, you will never, ever, ever have enough. You'll not have enough money, you'll not have enough love, you'll not have enough attention, you won't have enough, insert whatever it is that you desire or want. You're going to live in this state of lack, and you're always going to see the glass is half empty instead of half full. And the atmosphere is also anxiousness and restlessness, so you're not feeling at peace and calm. And the next one is the voice of fear. So if you're listening to the voice of fear, the voice of fear will tell you that you are not worthy, you are not enough, and it declares that you have to be, do, or say something, or be with someone, or have something outside of you to actually be enough. So, and it says also at the other end, it says, no matter how much you have, you still can't be enough. You're never going to be worthy enough. And I don't know if any of you have ever felt that way, that you're just scared to, maybe I'm not cool enough, or I'm not pretty enough, or I'm not rich enough, or I don't have, I'm not smart enough, whatever enough. We kind of all carry that with us, and that's part of seeing life through fear. So the voice of fear is harsh and unkind. But one thing that's really important to know is that the voice of fear it thinks it's protecting you. So let's say that so when I was 12, I had a real big crush on this guy, right? And I think I was maybe 11. This was before my other crush. So I was 11, and I had told one girl in the class that I really liked this one guy, and she told him. And what happened was they started making fun of me. And so now, as the years went by and I moved forward, I was fearful to tell anybody that I liked them. And it was just because of this one incident that had happened. So I'd given it this meaning that it meant this, and if I did this, then I would be shamed or whatever, or I would be embarrassed. So it's disguised as protection, right? It takes something that you've experienced in your past, and say, I don't want to feel pain anymore. So you start living in defensiveness against pain. So fear kind of wants to protect you in a way, but actually what happens is it just causes you to shrink and to fear life and to live in this little bubble. So next, fear's objective is in a roundabout way, well-meaning, right? Protecting you from pain. So it doesn't want you to experience pain, and it sees the danger in the future. So we kind of live in this illusion that, well, because this happened before, this is going to happen in the future. So as you can see, the experiences through fear, they're not grounded in reality. We make up these illusions in our mind because this happened before, which is already gone. This is going to happen now, and it's going to happen in the future. So fear wants to keep you small, and it shames you, and it keeps you in a gridlock, and it's making you afraid to face your inner demons, because shame will make you believe that you are them, that you are these fears, and that you are these limitations, and that you are all the things that you really don't want to be. So also, fear yields delusions, anxiety, confusion, destruction, hopelessness, dispiritedness, apathy, separation, and ultimately pain and depression. So it doesn't sound very great, does it? So you will stifle your growth and shrink if you live in the world of fear. Fear will pit you up against each other, and other people, even against yourself. And it will create problems and strife where there actually really are none. So as you can see, if you reside mainly in your inner world, in the world of fear, you can never have more than a shack or a dump, because you can't build something expansive. Fear wants to shrink you and keep you small. So no matter how hard you work, you're working against this fear constantly all the time. So what we want to do is no longer live in this world of fear. We want to see the beliefs for what they are, and the illusions and delusions for what they are, and we want to start casting love and light on them. So now I'm just going to scroll to the resources in the universe of love. So yeah, that fear place just doesn't sound really hot, does it? It's not the road to your happily ever after. It's not the road that will bring you abundance and happiness or peace or connection with anybody. It's a surefire way to actually have the most miserable life that you could ever have. And a lot of times we don't realize that we're living in the world of fear. And this is why it's so important to start to really turn inward, to see and to start and question your beliefs, and look at them and say, is this belief based in fear, or is it based in love? Like, for me, when I started doing these videos, I had fear about it, and I thought, I can't do that. I'm not smart enough. What if I stumble on my words? What if, I don't have a booger in my nose? I don't know. Whatever it was, you start making these things up, and I thought, I can't do it. And I get so sweaty and so nervous. And that was a belief of mine that was based in fear, because it shrank me and kept me small. But what pushed me over the edge was that I really believe in my business and my life coaching, and I want to help people not live in that space anymore. So it helped really just push me over and say, you know what? I'm not going to be perfect. I'm going to stumble on my words. I might be nervous. It's going to be okay. And I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. And come what may. And so I started doing it. Now I feel way more comfortable about it. And so I'm able to move on from those fears. So let's turn to, let me adjust my seat here a little bit, the ruling forces in the universe of love. So you guessed it, I'm sure, that the ruling force is unconditional love. This is the universe of love. So we have the world of fear over here, and then we have the universe of love. Love is an empowering energy. It will make bad things good and good things better. It'll never make things, perfect in the outer world, but it makes things way better, and it sets them right. So love encourages growth and expansion, and it will bring unity where there is discord, and it will solve problems no matter how big they are. It is the energy of acceptance and non-judgment, of joining, receiving, and giving. The atmosphere in the universe of love is one of endless abundance. So can you just imagine living in a place of endless abundance? When you think about it, inside your mind and inside of your inner world, is there really any limitations to the love that's inside of you? I mean, the only limitation that we have is the belief that we put on it, right? But the limitation to love people or to try or to have hope or to have faith, we can always call on those if we don't stop ourselves and live in this limiting belief in fear. So love's ruling force in the atmosphere is forever abundant and ever expanding. And if you've started to do any meditation, I highly recommend you do that. You will notice that your inner world, in your mind, if you think behind the little world that you've created, there's just expansiveness, and there's no limitations to what you can learn, what you can be, what you can do. The voice of love tells you that you are enough, and that's the truth. That is true. The voice of fear is not true. That's an illusion. But the voice of love tells you that you are enough. It declares that your value is immeasurable and infinite, and nothing can diminish your worth. So nothing on the outside, no other people, no matter if you lose your job, if you can't do certain things, if you fail or whatever, it doesn't affect who you are and your value. The voice of love leads to forgiveness, which causes us to live in peace and harmony with ourselves and one another. Love's intention is rooted in goodwill, and the communication is not only based on truth, but it actually is truth. Love yields clarity, creativity, freedom, peace, inspiration, expansion, beauty, kindness, mercy, compassion, joy, intimacy, and unison. So, that's where I want to live. And I don't want to live in this place where I'm constantly shrinking and living in the dark and in the shadows. I want to live in this place of abundance and expansion and compassion and connectedness with humans and people, and building something. So love provides an easier way, a go-with-the-flow way, a guided way, a way that brings peace and ultimate order. For me, I really strongly believe that, and this is, me has come to the conclusion through my meditation and things like that, that the energy that is love is the most powerful ruling force in the universe. It's really what connects us, and it's the goodwill of everything, and it's kind, and it's ever expansive. And so it goes in alignment also with the world that we live in, that is kind and that is expansive, and also with the universe that is constantly expanding. So that's what I believe that love is, or that God is, or the universe, some call it. Your residence in the universe of love. Oh, let's go over what it provides first. No, we already did that. Sorry. All right. So your residence in the universe of love builds and sustains itself. All you have to do is choose to follow love's path in all thoughts, feelings, actions, and intentions, and you will have your castle, not your dump in the land of fear, in the world of fear, but your castle, actually, because it's just constantly building. So maybe by now you're thinking, well, holy moly, this place sounds way, way, way better than that other place, the dump of, fear. And so obviously we want to spend as much time as we can in this inner state of following love and letting love guide us to where it is that we want to be. And love is just not some foo-foo-y energy or things like that. It's what keeps, it keeps us together. It with yourself. It strengthens yourself, but also strengthens connection with your friends and your family. And so anyway, so I wanted to go over that today, and I hope you enjoyed my little live feed here. If you want to, you can go check out my website at www.evelynj.com. I'd love to get feedback from it. And also, again, if there's any topics that you want me to cover as I'm continuing to do these 30 days, please comment in the lines, and I'd love to talk about it, because I really want to bring it to my the people who are listening to me what it is that you need and would like to talk about. So I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you back again tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.